Coder. Get ready for a wild ride as we tackle Python and Basic. I'm Red.
I'm Kuya Wang.
And I'm Noor.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. Mas nakakatakot mag-coding kaysa makipag-usap sa iyong crush. Charot!
Huwag kang mag-alala. We're here to make this journey as smooth as butter on hot pancake.
And besides, coding is fun. Para ka nag-aalam ng dito sa laro eh. Well, instead of keys, you have keyboard.
So, if you're up for the challenge and ready to have some fun, stick around!
Then don't worry. Get stuck, just peanuts. We'll be your coding lifeguards.
Tada!
Let's get started! Hi there mga ka-coders! Kuya Wang is here. Let's talk about Python. Python is a general-purpose programming language that is used for a wide variety of tasks. Parang si tamad lang yan. Lahat kaya, pero relax lang.
And the reason why Python is so popular,
Number 1, easy to learn and use. Sobrang dali lang, parang kain burger level lang ng complexity. Number 2, few keywords. Parang si Crush, konti lang ang keywords, pero nakaka-amaze. Number 3, no curly braces. Walang curly braces kaya walang kaso sa code. Number 4, no semicolon. Yes, tama po ang narinig nyo. Python doesn't need semicolons to end statements. I mean, who needs all those extra punctuation marks anyway, di ba? Now that you know a little bit about Python, handa ka na bang sumabak sa coding adventure na to? Tara, let's do this!
Hello, models and mga ka-coders. I'm Noor, your private magical journey to get Python on Windows. Tara, simulan na natin.
Open the Google Chrome and search download Python. And click download Python and also click the download Python 3.11.5. Then open the folder, click download, and click Python installer. Click natin po ito ng add Python X to FAT and also click the customize installation. Then click next. And sa advanced option po, click natin install Python 3.11 for all users. And click install. So after the installation is done, click close. On your keyboard, press Windows key and type CMD. And click run administrator. Then type Python. Then enter. Kapag lumabas na yung Python, it means to say okay na. So, for a coding adventure, kaya na kung bahal pumili, it's either a text editor or an IDE. So, ang gagamitin natin for today is ang PyCharm. PyCharm is one of an IDE Python. So, again, balik ko tayo sa Google Chrome. Then, search PyCharm. And click na natin itong download PyCharm. So, ang PyCharm po is may professional. Like, PyCharm Community Edition, kailangan natin ito click, download. Open the folder. And go to the download. And click Python installer. So, click po natin itong next. Then, click next again. So, sa installation option, kailangan po natin click ang Python Community Edition. At open folder as project. Click din natin to. And create association .py. Click po natin. Then, click po natin next. And click po natin to install. So, kailangan din natin ito i-click ang Run Python Community Edition. And click on Finish.
On the welcome screen, click on New Project. In the New Project dialog, you will need to specify the project location, so I'll just use the default location and click Create. Type the following code. Clean. Hello World. Then click on the Run button in the toolbar. This should bring the text Hello World to the console. And there you have it.
Python, you have mastered Python and PyCharm. Now, let the magical coding begin.
Hello mga coder, this is Red and we're about to begin our coding adventures. Today we're going to discuss variables and data types. So what are variables? Variables are used to store data. In programming guys, isipin nyo yung variables are like containers that hold values. Pwede natin i-assign ng different types of data katulad ng strings, integers, and more. Ito na yung syntax for creating and using variables sa Python. Variable underscore name is to value. Variable underscore name, this is the name you give to the variable. When naming variables, it's up to you to choose a name. Take note guys ha, you should follow Python's naming rules which include using letters na uppercase or lowercase ng A to Z, 0 to 9 na digits, and underscores. Ito naman value, this is the data you want to store in the variable. Ganun lang kasimple. To declare and assign a value to a variable, use the assignment operator or tinatawag natin equal sign. Data types are used to classify different types of data. Dito sa Python, we have strings, integers, floats, and booleans. Strings are sequence of characters enclosed in single or double quotes. Yung integers naman, alam naman natin yan, yung whole numbers. Floats are numbers with decimal point. Examples, yung 1.3, ganyan, negative 5.21, mga ganun. At yung booleans represent either true or false. They're often used to represent the state of a condition. By the way guys, ang maganda dito sa Python, you don't need to declare a variable. As a string or integer, mga ganun. Unlike sa ibang programming language, kailangan natin declare ang data types ng variable. Dito sa Python, automatic na siya nagsiset once na nilagay ang value. Example, dito sa string, x ang variable natin at yung Alice ang value natin. Ito yung Alice ang na-store natin sa x. Meron din sa integers, x equal to 30. Yung 30 ang na-store natin sa x. Meron din sa floats, yung 3.14 ang na-store natin sa x. And yung booleans, yung age greater than 18 ang na-store natin sa x. Para mas maintindihan natin, punta po tayo sa PyCharm. Let's create a string variable. Name, red. Next sa integer naman, age, 31. Tapos yung float natin, grade, 90.3. At yung booleans, sabihin natin is pass, grade, greater than 35. Yung red, na-store natin sa name. Yung 31 ang na-store natin sa age. Yung 90.3 na-store natin sa grade. At yung grade greater than 75 ang na-store natin sa ispass. Ganyan mag-declare ng variable sa Python. Pag-usapan po natin ang print function and input function. Let's start with the print function. The print function is used to display output to the console. This time po din natin i-print yung variable natin. Ito yung syntax niya, print, and yung nasa loob is yung variable. Balikan po natin si PyCharm. Try natin i-print yung name. Tapos yun natin. O ayan, naka-display yung red. Next is i-print natin yung age. Run. O, 31. I-print natin yung grade. O ayan, naka-display yung 90.3. Last is yung ispass. Then i-run natin. True. O see? Kaya siya naging true kasi binibase natin yung grade natin dito. Yung grade natin dito is 90.3. Mas mataas yung 90.3 kaysa sa 75 kaya true siya. Kapag ginawa natin 74, tira natin, o ayan, magiging false siya. Diba? Kasi mas mababa yung 74 kaysa 75. Ayan, gano'n lang. Ganyan kadali, oh. Easy. Next is the input function. The input function takes user's input from the console and returns it as a string. So yes, ginagamit ito para makapag-input si user. Ito yung syntax natin, variable underscore name is equal to input, tapos yung prompt message. Itong variable, this is the variable where the user's input will be stored. Tapos ito naman yung prompt message. This is an optional string that you can provide as a prompt to instruct the user on what to enter. I-try natin yan sa PyCharm. Maglagay po tayo ng variable name, input, what is your name? I-run natin. Then, ang nangyari dyan guys, inaantay niya si user mag-input at yung input na yun yung mag-i-store sa name. Red. O yan, finish na siya. Para may iba naman guys, try natin maglagay ng print function. Name. I-run natin. What is your name? Red. Hi Red. O, diba? Nag-hello sa atin si program. Next, what if number? O, gawin natin yan. Delete natin to. Lagay po tayo ng age. Input. How old are you? Print natin age. Then i-run natin. How old are you? 31. O yan. O, see? Ganyan kadali. Yan ang examples ng input functions natin. Next is arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are used to perform basic mathematical operations on numbers. Example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. O, ito na yun yung magka-calculate tayo eh. Ito yung syntax guys. Ito yung addition, ito yung variable ng x and y, x plus y, yung subtraction, x minus y, yung multiplication, x times y, at yung division, x divided by y. So, try natin yan gawin sa PyCharm. Try po natin addition. Print, 10 plus 5, run po natin. Ayan, 15. Change natin operator, gawin natin subtraction. Run. Ayan, 5. Gawin natin multiplication. Run natin. 50. Gawin naman natin yung division. Run natin. 2.0, ayan. Kung nakapagtataka kayo guys, kung bakit 2.0 ang output natin dito, bakit hindi whole numbers na 2? So, ang sagot po dyan is because Python uses floating point division by default. So, So ano po yung floating point division? Yung floating point division is a type of division that returns a floating point number, which is a number that can have a decimal point. So yun po ang ibig sabihin ng floating point division. At yan po ang example ng arithmetic operators. Conditional statements. A conditional statement is a statement that allows you to make decisions in your program. It is a way to control the flow of execution of your program based on the outcome of a condition. Like for example, meron po tayo program na mag-check kung nakapass ka ba sa exam or hindi. Kung nakapass ka, makaproceed ka sa next level. At kung nakafail ka, hindi ka makaproceed sa next level. So ganun po ang example ng conditional statement. Python has three main conditional statements: if, elif, and else. Conditional operators. Conditional operators are used to compare two values and return a boolean value, true or false. Example, equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So later, ipapakita ko po sa inyo kung paano gamitin ang conditional operators. Indentation. Indentation is the use of white space, spaces or tabs at the beginning of a line of code. In Python, indentation is used to define blocks of code. Take note guys, indentation is very important. Kung walang indentation, Python will not be able to tell where one block of code ends and another begins. So this would lead to errors and make your code difficult to read and maintain. If statements. If statements allow you to execute a block of code only if a certain condition is met. So like example, ito yung syntax natin. Yung if condition, dito yung lalagay condition at dito naman yung code to execute if the condition is true. So, punta pa tayo sa PyCharm. Gawin natin yung variable age, 21. Tapos yung if, yung condition natin is greater or equal to 18. Ayan, kung napapansin nyo guys, so automatic naka-indent na siya. Print, you are an adult. Ayan, try natin i-run. Ayan, naka-display yung you are an adult. Kasi ang nangyari dyan guys, dito sa if statement, chinek niya yung condition. Yung condition po natin dito, yung age natin is 21, is greater or equal to 18. So that means true po siya. Kapag true ang condition natin, ang mangyayari po dyan, mag-execute siya at lalabas po yung output niya. So ito yung nangyari. Yun po ang example ng if statement natin. If-else statements. The if-else statement allows you to execute one block of code if a condition is true and another block of code if it's false. Dito sa syntax, di ba kanina pinakita ko sa inyo yung if statement, kapag ang condition niya ay true, mag-execute siya dito. Pero kapag ang condition niya ay false, i-skip niya itong part tapos dito siya mag-execute sa else. Para mas maintindihan po natin, punta po tayo sa PyCharm. Okay, this time, dagdagan po natin yung else. Print, you are not an adult. Pag niran natin to, you are an adult kasi doon naman yung condition niya dito. Pero kapag ginawa natin siya false, gawin natin 17, niran natin, ayan, see? You are not an adult. So, dito siya nag-execute sa may else. So, gano'n lang po yun. Yung pang example ng if statement. Elif statements. Elif statement or shortcut ng else if allows you to check multiple conditions and execute different blocks of code depending on which condition is met. It is similar to the if statement, but it is only evaluated if the previous if statement evaluates to false. Dito sa elif statement, pwede po tayo maglagay ng 3 or more conditions. Tulad ng dito sa syntax nito, if condition 1, elif condition 2, elif condition 3, and yung else. Para mas maintindihan po natin, punta po tayo sa PyCharm. Okay, maglagay po tayo ng elif. Tapos yung condition natin is 12. Print. Oops. You are a teenager. Yan. Tapos dito, palitan natin dito. You are a child. Oh. Since ang value natin dito is 17, pag niran natin siya, you are a teenager. Bakit? Kasi dito, kung dito, mas mababa yung 17 kaysa sa 18, kaya wala na ito. Dito naman, mas mataas yung 17 kaysa sa 12, kaya dito siya nag-execute. At dito ang na-print yung you are a teenager. So pag ginawa natin 24, you are an adult kasi dito kasi siya, dito siya nag-execute kasi mas mataas yung 24 kaysa sa 18, kaya dito siya, dito niya piniprint yung you are an adult. Tapos ito, wala na to. So pag ginawa natin 10, pag niran natin siya, yan, you are a child. Kasi, kung dito naman, mas mababa yung 10 kasi 18, kaya wala na ito. Dito naman, mas mababa pa rin yung 10 kasi 12, kaya wala na rin to. Kaya dito na lang siya nag-execute sa else. So, ganun po yun yung if, elif, saka else statement. Nested if statements. A nested if statement allows you to check for multiple conditions in a single statement. It is created by placing one if statement inside another if statement. Dito sa syntax nito, meron po tayo outer if statement sa yung inner if statement. So dito sa outer if statement, kapag ang condition niya ay true, mag-execute po siya dito paloob nito. And after that, again, meron po tayo inner if statement. So yung i-check ulit yung condition niya kung true po siya or false. Kung true siya, mag-execute siya dito. Kung false siya, mag-execute siya dito sa else. So balik po tayo sa outer. Kapag ang condition niya ay false, automatic, dito siya mag-execute. Para mas maintindihan po natin, punta po tayo sa pie chart. Variable natin is I, 1, while I less than or equal to 5. Print I. Tapos increment the value I by 1. So kapag nira po natin. O, yan o. See? Naka-display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So bakit? Bakit? So, sa 1 tayo nagsimula. So, chinek niya yung condition dito kung ang I ba is less than or equal to 5. Then, ipiprint yung I. Then, after that, mag-a-add yung 1 to I. So, parang ang mangyari ba, parang I, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1. So, ganun po yun ang nangyari, guys. Hanggang sa mag-stop siya sa 5. Kasi pag ginawa po natin 6 is less than or equal to 5, false po siya. So, kaya siya nag-stop sa 5. So, yun po ang example ng while loop. And that's it for my Python tutorial. Stay tuned for what's next in our video.
Now we're moving on from Python to BASIC. BASIC is a pioneering programming language that stands for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. It was created in 1960s and quickly became popular. So, BASIC ay parang lolo ng programming language that's been around since disco was cool and hair was big. Astig yun, di ba? BASIC is still used but less popular than Python and Java. Why is BASIC still used today? Legacy systems. BASIC is still used in many legacy systems. So if you know BASIC, you'll be in high demand, you'll be like a relic from past. But in a good way. Ease of learning. BASIC ay simple lang yan. Even your tita can create a program while multitasking with teleserie episodes. Education. BASIC remained popular choice for teaching programming concepts. Retro nostalgia. It's like looking back at those Zoom meetings from the quarantine days. Super luma, pero memorable ang mga technical glitches. Now that you know a little bit about BASIC, handa ka na bang sumabak sa coding adventure na to? Tara, let's do this!
Hey mga coder, we're moving on to the basic interpreter in our tutorial, and Norm won't be with us today. But Queen Wang is here to take over. So let's jump right into it.
Before we dive into write our first basic program, you'll need a basic interpreter or development environment. For today's video, we're going to use a small basic. So first, click Google Chrome, and then click search bar, and then type small basic. Click this one, small basic, and then click download. We're waiting for download if it's done. So it's done. Okay, click. Okay, so now we're starting installing the small basic program. So click next. So this end user license agreement, I accept the term in the license agreement. So check and then next. So sa custom setup, wala tayong gagalawin dyan. So next lang. And then okay, ready to install na. Okay, ngayon, finish. Click finish lang. So, ngayon, i-search natin dito sa search bar. Small basic. So, ngayon, mag-coding na tayo. Ang try natin ay i-run Hello World. Text that window. Text that window that right line. Then open and close parentheses. Then double quote. Then run. Okay, bakit may kulang? text window. Wala. Ngayon nagpag-error siya kasi naglalagay siya ng dot. So, wala dot ng text window. Pero natin siya ulit. Okay, yun na-run na. So, that's all. Ang ating mag-install ng small basic pro.
Hey mga ka-coders! Welcome to our basic programming tutorial. Today we're going to learn the basics of basic programming using Small Basic. Small Basic is a simplified version of Basic, which is one of the oldest programming languages in the world. Now let's dive right in and explore Small Basic together. Variable and data type. Yung syntax nila, pare-pares lang sa Python actually. Ito yung variable at ito yung value. Sa data types, we have text, number, and boolean. Text window that write line and text window that reads. Ito yung yung input and output natin eh. Yung similar sa Python, di ba? Meron po tayo input function and output function. Ayan, print function and input function. Yun. Text window that write line. This method takes a string as its argument and prints it to the console. Ito yung syntax niya. Text window that write line. Tapos dito yung natin, yung either variables or yung mga quotation, mga ganun. Ito yung input natin. Text window that read. This method prompts the user for input and returns the user input as a string. Ito yung syntax niya. Ito yung variable. Tapos ito yung text window that read. Ipakita ko po ito sa Small Basic. Start muna tayo sa variable. Diba? Ganito tayo mag-declare. Name. Post. Red. Ayan o. Age. 31. Tapos mag-print tayo text window that write line. Name. Run natin. Ayan, nakadisplay yung red. Print natin sa age. Ayan, nakadisplay yung 31. Ganun lang kadali guys. Text window. Enter your name. Variable natin is name. Text window that read. Yan. Pag niroon natin yan guys, enter your name. Red. Charan! O, tapos na. Tapos kapag sa arithmetic, ganito lang naman eh. 10 plus 5. Copy natin yan. Copy. Paste. O, gawin natin minus. Times divide. Ayan. Kapag nilan natin yan, ayan na, naka-display yung output nyo. Next naman is conditional statement. So, babasahin ba natin? Babasahin na lang natin guys. If. Use if to run a block of code if a given condition is true. If the condition is false, the code within the if block is skipped. If else. Extend if with else to provide an alternative block of code that runs when the condition is false. If else lets you test multiple conditions in a sequence. The code within the first true condition or the else block is executed. Nested if. A nested if is an if statement within another if or if else. It's used when you need to check additional conditions inside the code block of an outer if or if else. This allows for more complex decision making based on multiple conditions. So ito yung mga syntax natin. Yung end if, it is used to mark the end of an if statement, or if else statement, or if else if statement, or nested if statement. It is important to use the end if keyword to mark the end of your if statement so that the compiler knows when to end executing the conditional logic. Gawin natin yan sa Small Basic. Sa if statement muna tayo. 21. If condition natin is 18, then next window that right line, you are an adult. And if yan, tira natin yan. See, naka-display you are an adult kasi mas malaki yung 21 kaysa 18 natin, kaya true siya. So gawin natin if else. So dagdagan natin yung else. Next window, you are still young. Pag ginawa natin siya 15, mas mababa 15 isa sa 18, so hindi siya mag-execute dito, kundi dito siya mag-execute. So pag niran natin siya, you are still young. Ngayon gawin natin yung if else. So, bali, dagdagan natin yung else if natin. Dito natin age 12, then next window that right line, you teenager. So dito, gawin natin feel a child. Pag nilan natin yan ulit, you are a teenager kasi dito siya nag-execute. Kasi mas mataas yung 15 kaysa sa 12. Pero mas mababa ang 15 kaysa sa 18 kaya dito siya nag-execute. So kapag ginawa natin 10, ayan, you are still a child kasi mas mababa ang 10 kaysa 12 kaya dito siya nag-execute sa else. Plus, gawin natin yung nested if statement. So enter natin dito. If age greater equal to 1, then tapos dito sa baba nito, else, post text window, right line error, tapos end if. Ayan. Then pag nira natin yan, you are still a child. Ayan, naka-execute siya dito sa loob. Kasi dito, since 10 is greater than 1, automatic na execute na siya paloob nito. Then again, i-check niya ulit yung condition kung ang 10 ay mas mataas ba sa 18 or none, ganyan. So, same lang po sa Python. Pero kapag ginawa natin 0, error. Kasi naka-display siya error. Bakit error? Kasi pag chinek natin yung condition dito, mas mababa yung 0 kaysa sa 1. Kaya automatic dito siya mag-execute sa else. So, yan po example ng nested if. Sa loop naman tayo. Just like Python, we have for loops and while loops. For loops allow you to execute a block of code a fixed number of times. Ito yung syntax natin. For variable equals start to end. Then dito yung code to repeat. And ito yung end for. This is the loop control variable. Ito yung start. This is the initial value for the variable. Ito yung end. Ito yung the final value for the variable. Tapos kung napapansin nyo, ito yung end for. Itong end for is used to mark the end of a for loop. Tapos, dito naman sa while loops allow you to execute a block of code while a condition is true. So, ito yung syntax natin. While condition, yung code to repeat, and end while. So, kung napapansin nyo, kapag sa while loop, dito naman yung end while. Just like for loops, it used to mark the end of a while loops. So, gawin natin sa small basic. For natin is I, 1 to 5. Text window left, right line, I. Yan. So, pag nira natin yan, ayan, naka-display. So, ang nangyari dyan kasi guys, itong line na to, it creates a loop that counts from 1 to 5. And ito, it prints each number during each iteration. So, starting from counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kaya ayun. Nag-start tayo sa 1 hanggang sa 5 siya. Next naman is while loop. While, tapos verbo natin count. Tapos, less than or equal to 5. Text window dot right line count. Count plus 1 and while. Yan. Pag nira natin yan, ayan, naka-display yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ang nangyari dyan guys, in this code, we start with a variable called count set to 1. Pagpasok niya sa while loop, i-check niya yung condition, yung 1, kung 1 ba is less than or equal to 5. Then mag-execute siya dito, then automatic lalabas yung 1. Then after that, itong line nito, it increments the count variable by 1. Ang ibig ko sabihin na yung halimbawa yung 1, di ba naka-display 1, then mag-a-add siya ng 1. So 1 plus 1 mag-2. So once after that, babalik na naman tayo dito. So yung 2 is less than or equal to 5, mag-execute siya. Ayan, then mag-increment ulit. So magre-repeat po yan until the condition is no longer met. It means to say na kapag yung, for example, yung 6 is less than or equal to 5, false na siya, diba? So mag-stop na siya dun sa 5. So ganun po ang while loop natin. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching and I hope this video has inspired you to learn more about basic programming.
And with that, we reach the end of our Python and basic tutorial.
We hope you found this session informative and inspiring.
Keep coding, stay curious.